Level 1. Return to the Oval Office. A massive crowd fills the square in front of the Capitol, waiting for the historic moment of the inauguration. Trust places his hand on an ancient book, looking confidently into the future with resolve in his eyes. The new president's first speech rings out over the city, promising to restore the country's true greatness. Just hours later, the motorcade, escorted by helicopters, heads to the White House past thousands of supporters. The first signature in the legendary Oval Office repeals old restrictions and opens the path to change. Screens at Times Square explode with news. Trust has officially begun his work. Telephone lines in Washington are buzzing with calls from world leaders seeking a meeting. He takes off his jacket and rolls up his sleeves, demonstrating his readiness to work late into the night. The first trucks carrying materials for grand construction are already heading toward the border. America holds its breath, watching as promises become reality step by step. Level 2. Economic Breakthrough. You enter a massive steel mill floor where the roar of machines blends with the welcoming cheers of workers. The first order to restore oil production is signed right on the hood of a powerful American pickup truck. Gas prices at stations begin to plummet, bringing smiles to the faces of millions of drivers. Abandoned mines reopen, filling small towns with new life and hope. You speak against a backdrop of new skyscrapers rising like mushrooms after rain, thanks to tax incentives. The stock market reacts to your actions with record growth as charts on monitors soar upward. The rumble of construction equipment is heard everywhere. A massive modernization of roads and bridges begins. Even your fiercest opponents watch in surprise as the national budget fills up rapidly. You personally inspect the quality of new products at the factory, shaking hands with ordinary craftsmen. Evening news states trust has brought jobs back to every home, and it's only the second week. Level 3. The Iron Shield. You arrive at the southern border, where the air is thick with heat and the determination to change everything forever. The first sections of a massive steel wall rise, blocking old, well-worn paths. Modern drones take to the sky to patrol every inch of the state border 24/7. Groups of Border Patrol officers greet you, feeling new support from the state. You sign the order to deploy new surveillance centers equipped with state-of-the-art artificial intelligence. The flow of illegal goods stops before new scanners that see through metal and stone. Residents of border towns take to the streets to thank you for peace and security. You observe the builders work through binoculars, personally controlling the pace of the barrier's construction. The evening sun sets behind the horizon, illuminating the new unbreakable line of defense for your country. America becomes a fortress again, where order and law stand above any threats. Level 4. Global Authority. Your private jet lands in Europe, and leaders of the world's strongest nations line up to meet you. You enter the conference hall, and conversations fall silent instantly. Everyone feels that the rules of the game have changed. During negotiations, you confidently dictate new terms that protect your economy's interests above all else. Global media broadcasts your press conference, where you directly state, "The era of free gifts is over." Old trade agreements are sent to the shredder, making room for fair and profitable contracts. You meet with dictators and opponents, looking them straight in the eye without a hint of weakness. Suddenly, prices of imported goods for your citizens become even more favorable thanks to new deals. Even the most skeptical allies begin to pay their fair share for collective security. Dinner in a magnificent palace ends with your signature victory gesture, becoming the main photo of the day. The world knows once again, America under Trust's leadership is a force that cannot be ignored. Level 5. The Iron Law. You enter an office where piles of useless reports have accumulated for years and throw open the windows for the fresh wind of change. With your first decree, You fire thousands of inefficient bureaucrats who only slowed the country's progress. City streets become safe again as the police receive full support and modern equipment. You declare war on criminal gangs, and they begin to vanish from neighborhoods where fear once ruled. Courts begin to work quickly and fairly, sentencing those who previously considered themselves untouchable. Crowds at rallies chant your name, feeling that justice has finally returned. You personally visit new sheriff training centers, where a spirit of discipline and dedication prevails. Bureaucratic mazes collapse, and now every citizen can receive help in minutes. The evening city glows with lights, and children play safely in parks under the watch of reliable patrols. America is cleansed of chaos, becoming an example of order where the law is the same for everyone. Level 6. Technological Breakthrough. You enter a massive, sterile white hall where the most powerful rocket in human history is being assembled. With your first decree, you direct billions toward the development of domestic microchip production to end dependence on Asia. High-speed internet pierces even the most remote farms, uniting the country into a single digital network. You announce the start of a new lunar program, and scientists' eyes ignite with the fire of long-lost ambition. At a classified military base, you inspect laser weapon prototypes capable of shooting down any enemy missiles. Students in schools receive virtual reality headsets instead of old textbooks to study history in 3D. A massive Tesla factory begins operating at full capacity, producing thousands of affordable electric vehicles daily. You watch the launch from Cape Canaveral, and your reflection in the mission control glass glows with pride. The first American astronaut in many years steps onto the lunar surface, planting a flag with your symbol. America becomes a nation that dreams of the impossible again, leading all of humanity to new horizons. Level 7. A Healthy Nation. You enter the headquarters of a major medical corporation where officials are used to dictating the price of human life. With your first decree, you force pharmacies to lower the prices of insulin and medicine tenfold. Sports fields in every city fill with children choosing movement over gadget screens. You declare war on harmful additives in food, returning real food to grocery shelves. Old, corrupt medical committees are disbanded, replaced by honest doctors. You personally open a new ultra-modern hospital where anyone can receive care. Massive pharmaceutical warehouses open their doors and medicine is distributed at affordable prices. Even your critics are forced to admit hospital queues are vanishing and the nation is becoming stronger. You speak at a stadium, calling on the youth to reach new records, and thousands of voices answer you. America becomes a country of healthy and vibrant people, ready for great achievements. Level 8. Battle for Minds. You enter a university auditorium where formulas reappear on the walls instead of slogans. With your first decree, you cancel funding for programs that divided children and restore the spirit of unity. History textbooks are rewritten to tell the stories of true heroes and magnificent victories. You announce the creation of new technical lyceums where every teenager will master a real profession. Teachers receive decent salaries and the right to demand discipline and respect from students once again. You personally visit a kindergarten where little ones learn to raise the flag to the sound of the anthem for the first time. Libraries become modern knowledge centers where classic literature becomes popular once more. Even in the most remote areas, schools of the future open with the best technologies. You speak at an academy graduation, reminding young leaders that they are the future of the state. America becomes the most educated nation again, where wisdom and patriotism go hand in hand. Level 9. Financial Fortress. You enter the Federal Reserve Vault, where gold bars shine, restoring faith in value. With your first decree, You stop the printing press that devalued your citizens' money for years. Cryptocurrency markets become transparent, turning the country into the world capital of digital assets. You announce the abolition of taxes for small businesses and thousands of new shops open. Old debts to other countries are renegotiated and billions of dollars return home. You personally meet with young startup founders, promising them freedom from bureaucracy. Inflation melts away before your eyes, and ordinary families can again afford everything they need without loans. You sign a law protecting savings, guaranteeing everyone confidence in tomorrow. Evening news reports on the currency strengthening. Trust has made the dollar unbreakable again. America becomes the financial heart of the world, where every cent works for the benefit of the people. Level 10. National Unity. You step onto the White House balcony and an ocean of happy faces unfolds before you. The first words of your speech call for leaving disputes in the past and becoming one family. The light of thousands of lanterns rises into the sky, symbolizing the hope that has returned to people's hearts. You sign the National Reconciliation Act, putting the final point on the era of division. The Statue of Liberty on screens shines with the new colors of your victorious campaign. Even former rivals approach to shake hands, recognizing your dedication to the country. You announce the establishment of a new holiday, National Revival Day. Evening fireworks paint the sky of Washington, marking the beginning of true prosperity. You enter the Oval Office for the last time this term, knowing you have fulfilled every promise. America marches into a golden future, and your name, Trust, is forever engraved as a symbol of greatness.